So, I mean, how often do you take them?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day, like in the evening time normally. It comes out 7, 8 o'clock. Probably take 2 juices and then bust a drink and some weed. And I'm in sleep. I'm probably sleeping before like 11 o'clock. If I don't take them, I won't sleep until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And you trust your sources?
Yeah, but obviously other links, if I was to get off another donny, I'd have to give it to somebody else first for them to test it before I take it, because someone said, there's people out there that are willing to do it for free.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to pay for it.
So. So they'll test drugs for free?
Yeah.
So literally street guinea pigs?
Yeah, just give it to them. They want to do, you want to do a test on it. So you give it a test on, they come running back for more.
That's bad though, no?
What really, you think about it.
Yeah. Where do you think that's actually come from?
Probably an underground lab or something, or someone from Europe somewhere is making it. I'm not too sure where.
Do you think?
If I knew that, I'd be cutting out my top man anyway, you know, really. But I don't know exactly where they're coming. They are coming from some underground lab, European. I don't know exactly where my man gets them from. They're just shipped in. That's it. That's all I really can tell you. He puts an order in. They come from wherever they come from. They're made. They look official. They're all in boxes. So it's not even like you're buying something. It's just clean coat tablets that come in the boxes, the name brand on it, what it is. So just like I said, it just looks like paracetamol tablets, you know? But they are definitely coming from somewhere. That's obviously not legit.
Sure.
So who is actually making these products? I contact site owners openly selling them, but they seem to be buying products in bulk, repackaging, and then shipping them on. Until I speak to Phil, who says he makes Xanax and other products from scratch in his own lab after learning exactly how to do it on YouTube. I ask for proof and get this back.
So what we have here is 42,000 Xanax. This lot here, a street value of about £105,000. And this took me 3 hours to make.
I want to see it for myself and ask to meet. Phil agrees, but on his terms.
So this guy is supposedly a pharmaceutical manufacturer has given me a random location and a time, and we've come here now. There's a lad stood just over there, which I think it might be him, but he ain't coming over. So see if I can flash my lights at him and see what happens, basically. Shit, yeah, no, he is coming. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, thank you. First of all, could both of you turn your phones off, please?
Phones off?
Yeah.
He's worried that our phone's GPS will record his location.
What do you actually do? What's your business?
I'm a manufacturer of steroids and other pharmaceutical drugs.
Okay, so pharmaceuticals?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, on the black market.
And when you say you manufacture them, are you putting them together? You actually
I import the raw ingredients and chemicals needed, and then I press the tablets with tablet press machines, and I cook steroid oils, and turn tap powders into a finished product.
Phil directs me to his lab.
Is it far from here?
No, not far.
And how long have you had this place?
I move locations fairly regularly. I've been here about 2 months, and I'm due to move again shortly.
Okay, and is that to avoid detection, or?
Yeah, just to stay light, and if you move from location to location, you're less likely to eventually get rumbled or busted, I suppose. So.
We arrive 20 minutes later, in the middle of nowhere. His setup is beyond what I expected. The room is bare except for a few tables covered with equipment bought from China, and a cement mixer. Phil's put on a suit and mask to conceal any identifying features.
And how many underground labs do you think exist in the UK?
Oh, it's impossible to say.
Really?
Little ones, there's tons of little ones that no one's really ever heard of. They've got their own little group of customers, and word doesn't really spread much about them. But you know, the top ones, the big guys that sort of have a hold on the market. There's sort of about five of us that sort of have the market on lockdown.
What makes a good lab?
Good products, good reliable products. You know, but most of the top labs in the top five, we've been going for quite a few years, and you know, we're all conscious of our products and want to put out a good product to everyone, and it shows in the reviews online. And you know, we've all got our own brands, and you know, the reviews speak for themselves, really.
We start with steroids.
You know, I've had plenty of packages stops from customers to addresses, and a lot of the time you just receive a letter saying it's been seized. They don't really follow it up.
Really?
Sometimes they do, but majority of the time they don't.
That's pretty bad though, isn't it? You'd think...
Well, there's so much coming into the country across all black market trades and all drug trades. You know, they can't chase up everything and everyone, can they? So I'll stick that on there. Now we wait for that to cook and dissolve.
And while we're waiting for that to cook, how did you learn to do all of this?
A bit of trial and error, lots and lots of reading and research, and I was lucky enough to know another lab owner who sort of passed down a lot of information to me, and always trying to learn new techniques, new recipes and stuff, and always improving, always buying better equipment.
Phil's operation is illegal, but it's not against the law for people to have steroids for personal use.
There's huge demand, and it's ever growing. I've been doing this for many years, and I've never been at a point where I can produce and supply enough to meet the demand for my product.
That's incredible. That's shocking.
I'm always having to turn away resellers that want to stock my lab. I'm always turning away customers. It's always been the case. I've never been able to produce enough for the demand.
Do you ever feel any concern or guilt about what you do?
No, absolutely not. Everyone's got their own responsibilities to look after their own health, and they know that they're buying products that are made in an environment such as this, and they're taking that risk. They're paying the money. I'm not forcing anyone to take steroids. If they want to take steroids, and supply and demand, I'll make it and I'll do it as best as I can, and I'll give a good service and provide a good products, and you know, the rest is on them.
He shows me the raw powder to make Xanax, also sent from China. Unlike the ingredients for steroids, it is illegal in China to produce. Phil tests the powder to make sure another drug, fentanyl, an opioid used as a pain medication, is not in it.
I mean, that could kill people if
absolutely,
in their Xanax.
Yep. Add a bit of water.
Phil checks for fentanyl by adding water to powder, then uses a widely available urine test kit. This batch comes back as negative and ready to use.
And I mean, Xanax is a big one that
It's
very
recently,
trendy teenagers.
Unfortunately, it is, but so's alcohol, so's weed, so's ecstasy, so cocaine, same as every other drug.
But this is one thing that wouldn't necessarily, this £250,000 worth might not be there if you didn't manufacture that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. It's not a drug I like making. I don't particularly, I wouldn't personally take it myself. I don't think it's a great drug, and neither do the NHS because they don't prescribe it.
Do you care about your customers who take Xanax? Because you don't have any interaction with them, do you? Because it's also...
Well, I care about everyone as a general rule. You know, I don't want harm to come to anybody. But you know, I don't know who the people that are buying this. This is all sold online to, you know, they're not fitness people. The people that buy and take these, you know, they're into the drug scene, recreational drug scene. You know, they can do what they want to do.
Sounds like you're kind of washing your hands of...
I suppose, well, not in a sense. I mean, I still want to give them a good product. I still wouldn't do anything to harm them. I don't want any harm to come to anybody. Of course not.
He also makes counterfeit clenbuterol.
Okay, so we have our clen mix, and we'll just pour that into the hopper there.
Would you call it the hopper? Whoa, there's
Can I retake that?
No. What kind of rate are we talking here?
This makes between 4,000 and 5,000 per hour.
4,000 and 5,000 per hour?
Yeah.
So that's mass producing, isn't it?
I'd like them to go a lot faster.
Really?
Yeah.
How many orders are you getting?
Oh, I'd sell a lot of drugs. So,
Yeah, whoa. Sure.
Clenbuterol is a Class C drug legally available on private prescription for people with breathing difficulties. But it can also burn fat quickly, so it's used illegally by people who want to lose weight.
You have to be very, very vigilant on your mixing because if you don't mix it properly, you get blind spots in your mix. So some tablets will have no powder in, no Clenraw in, and other tablets will be severely overdosed. And Clen is quite dangerous.
That is scary, that.
Yeah, Clen.
So dangerous.
If you take too much Clen, you can have heart palpitations. You can run into all sorts of difficulties. So when making stuff dosed in micrograms, you have to be very, very careful with your mixing.
That is the first lab I've been in where it was kitted out with what I would think is sort of production on mass capabilities. Import the raw products from China and, mix them, press them or cook them, and then you have a product that can be sold online. So he's given me a sample of, this is steroids basically, it's anabolic steroid. And he said, and he seemed quite keen actually for me to get it tested in terms of quality and what's actually in there. So I'm keen to get the results, but he seemed pretty confident that they'll be quite impressed by that.
I've also got fake Xanax and Clenbuterol samples from various places and taken them all to a licensed laboratory to get tested. The liquid steroid sample was found to be the most contaminated of them all, and the pills had variable amounts of the active ingredient in them. Consumers are clearly taking a risk using these products. So does it keep leading pill producers like Phil awake at night? Phil agrees to another meeting.
When it comes to my steroid business, I started doing that to give the market decent products because at the time the products on the market were extremely poor, and so that's why I went to the steroid game. Obviously financial reasons as well, but yeah, Xanax is purely because the market's there and I'll make good money from it.
There are dangers with
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
no matter how good you go about your practice of it, which you pride yourself on. But what if something happened to one of the users of the product you've made?
I'd be extremely sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I don't want any harm to come to anyone. But, like I said before, it's personal responsibility. They're making the choice to do what they want. So, it's their decision. I'm not in control of them.
What's the most important thing to you? Let me ask you that.
Living a good life and giving the people around me that I care about a good life. That's what I do with my money, mostly. Helping people, I help homeless, I do a lot of charities. I'd like to do a lot more for the community eventually.
It's really hard to get my head around that because you say on the one hand, I know how much you care about your product from speaking to you and the pride you take in it. The fact that you do work for charity, you want to do more in the community. Wouldn't doing more work in the community perhaps start with stopping producing drugs en masse?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I'm not...
Because that's a big problem in the community.
Yeah, drugs are a problem, but they're always going to be there regardless of if I'm here or not. People are always going to use drugs. People have always used drugs since the beginning of time, and they always will. So, yeah, see you later.